Hi guys, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel, and for all you new subscribers, I'm happy you've subscribed and thank you. Keep giving me the thumbs up if you like my videos, and welcome to the channel. We're a wee community here, so get commenting and supporting one another because that's what we're here for. Anyway, this is the weekly tarot card for the week commencing Monday the 25th of March 2019, and it's again one of my favourite cards that came out a few months ago, back out again. It's the Six of Swords in the Rorig deck. Let me see. Absolutely beautiful card. It's got like the labyrinth in it, the maze. It's got two separate kind of strings going through it and then merging at the top into a beautiful lotus flower. It says the word science on it. And this in the traditional decks is the card of emigration and long distance travel. You know, the one in Rider-Waite with the man and the woman in the wee boat going to the other island. That's the Six of Swords, and it's just a wonderful card. If you've got baggage, this is the week you can let it go. You can leave it in the past. You can emigrate from it. You can emigrate from a worry, a person, a job, a bad habit. Think of emigration as in leaving one place to go and fulfill a dream in a different place, and that works physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It works on all levels, and that's why I love this card so much. So what does it mean in general for us? It means that we will find ourselves slightly antsy about moving forward in some way, moving on, achieving our dreams, and sometimes just as antsy as leaving stuff in the past. We may feel that we're starting to see more opportunity coming through, and we'll also see that sometimes this is the sort of, it's like the final countdown to where our dreams are. It's that last kind of leap of faith to take us towards them, and it's a very exciting card. I've said it before and I'll say it again, we should not have favourites in the tarot, but this is mine. Every time this has come out for me, I have had such a special movement. I mean, when it's come out for me personally in my weekly reading, that maybe I've drawn a few cards for myself, it's always led to good things career-wise for me, and it's also led me to chance connections that have brought people into my life that have been very, very important to me and have turned into something special as time went on. So I have a great excitement about this card, and I do love it, but what you have to do with it is sometimes just allow yourself to be drawn through a maze using your instinct. I know it's an air card, so it's about thought and, you know, kind of practice thought, but it isn't. It is definitely that you have to say, well, if I do that, I'll get that, and then that'll lead to that outcome. I do understand that, but sometimes thought without instinct or intuition doesn't work very well. My lovely wee sister took me to a maze one time, and we all get split up. And honest to God, she had to send her younger child into the maze to get me out, because I was gone. I was battering from one place to another, always coming to dead ends, getting to the stage where I was near to tears because I could not find my way out of it. And I realised that I wasn't going in instinct. I was using the thought, right, well, I came that way, do that. And if I'd used the thought with instinct, I might have got out. I might not have. I might still have been wondering about that maze. But it's interesting that she sent her young daughter in who just used their instinct and got me out. So wherever life is a maze, yes, we need to think it out, but we also need to use our intuition. So the sort of thing I would give you for this week is use intellect and intuition at one time. sometimes they might fight one another, so find a middle ground for them, find a compromise between them, that it's not all one and none of the other. Merge the two of them together and you will move forward this week, believe me, you definitely will. Excuse me. So in general, there's this feeling of movement, that there's a destination ahead of us, and we have to go over water, go over emotion to get there. And remember that emotion is not just like love or whatever. It can be anger, it can be aggression, it can be being distraught, it can be worried, but we can move over that and get to the good destination. So what does it mean in career? Well, as I said, for me, it always brought quite a major step up or quite a major opportunity. And sometimes it's been quite funny. Many years ago, I had a phone call on April the 1st, and it was from an editor of a very major tabloid publication in England. And he said, oh, we're moving away from so-and-so and we'd like you to be our astrologer. And I laughed and I said, yeah, good April Fool, off you go, mate. I think that was one of my friends, because it's this really, 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 really thick Newcastle accent, north of England. And it wasn't until after a while I thought, oops, was this a fake? Was it an April Fool? And it actually wasn't. Excuse me. You know I don't edit, so we have to put up with the coughs. Anyway, what happened was, after that, I learned from it. I learned it from this card come out. Even if the opportunity looked amazingly as though it should never have landed anywhere near me, it wasn't my thought. I remembered that it just could be the opportunity, so that was a wee laugh. The editor himself thought it was really so funny, and he did call back, so that was fine. So know that in career, sometimes I always say, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. But with this card, you know, something that seems too good to be true actually can be true. So again, if you use your intellect and your intuition, you will be served very well. But be prepared to make progress in all career in the week ahead. This also is a good one for people that work in the travel industry, that work in even likes of communications from country to country, work maybe on ferries and across sea. It's very much a good card for quite a few occupations, and in general it's just a good card. So health wise, I just see this as a labyrinth, and the labyrinth is in the ear, and it makes it a week where you need to watch out for dizziness, Memoirs disease, as I say, ear infections, particularly in children, ear infections, particularly if you're travelling in an aeroplane, because that can be really bad. So any ear problems, and if you're flying this week, take advice from your doctor, okay? But again, in the general good way, it can bring maybe one more wee op and then you're at your destination, one wee more test and then you're at your destination. And it can definitely mean the odd operation, and it can mean a lot of science, technology and medication. And some people might be fed up with the amount of technology that is in their life. And technology health-wise could affect us in the week ahead as well. But it's more of a good card than a negative one. Emotionally, I see this as the connecting to someone very, very special. If you're looking for a partner, you might just be nearly through that maze and about to connect your path with someone else's path. It brings fantastic potential, it really does. I've so many stories on this card for where it came out for clients, and they got back and told me just how important it was. It was the card that actually brought my second husband to me too, so this card has been incredibly important in my life, and I just love it. If you're in a long-term relationship, you might be, looking forward to a holiday across seas. You might even be planning to emigrate, move countries. Unfortunately, there's a lot of Brexit stuff going on. People are leaving the UK to go back to Europe, and that saddens us. And but then again, it could be good in another way for countries moving forward to their own destination. But I'm hoping that there's not too much sadness about people, having to move to a different country, to a different place, simply because of politics. But let's hope that this actually has the effect of bringing people together rather than forcing them apart. I do get quite distressed about this. Anyway, this is not politics. I do enough of that on Twitter. And people that follow me on Twitter are like, is that the same person? It's like, this is me, but I'm very political as well. And yeah, that's Twitter. So avoid Twitter if you don't want a kind of raging Colette at times. So, good card for relationships mainly. Financially, again, there could be an implied cost on getting to your destination, but it'll be worth that. And that can be as basic as you blow a tire and you have to go and get it replaced before you can get to your destination. It might well be that there's surcharges on travel that you just have to pay to get to your destination. It could be a financially niggly week. But at the same time, this card can bring good advice to you, connections with maybe someone with good financial advice, maybe a new accountant, a new person, even if that's going and meeting someone about debt and getting help with debt. This all brings really good stuff out. And spiritually, it can bring a sense of connection with your guide, that coming together after working through the labyrinth of life. It can bring a sense of heightened clairaudience, because again, it gives me the labyrinth in the ear, albeit the psychic labyrinth in the ear. And it's a very good card for going from one plateau up to the next one, or maybe sort of moving from one belief system towards the one that's truly your destination. So yeah, lovely wee card. I do love it. If you like the way I read the tarot, my book Tarot Novice to Pro in One Book by Colette Clairvoyant is on all Amazons, and it's not in bookstores anymore, but it's on bookstores online, if you see what I mean, because it came out in 2011, but it still trickles along and I'm very, very happy with it. So that's the book if you want to support me and learn the tarot at the same time. And what can I say? Give me a thumbs up and let me know how you feel about this week ahead. And I hope it's a special one for you all. And I'll see you next week for next week's weekly tarot card. Many blessings.